Well, there you are again. Charlie Greer podcast. I do this every day. Today, we're back on the Delphi murders. Tobe says that we'll be shocked. The public will be shocked. So what does that mean? Uh, is he the wizard? Um, so let's just break that down. So you're law enforcement. You're the sheriff, right? And talking to the news, I think a news team is interviewing him. And I think in that same interview, he said that he was a suspect, which I don't know if he is. That's what he said. Um, and the public will be shocked when it finally comes out. Well, what does that mean? Well, first thing it means he knows who it is. Um, and people will be shocked. Why would they be shocked? Because is it someone public? Is it someone that has hiding in plain sight? Is this layers of crime? Is this a crime within a crime? Like you got to do this, a diversion, a cover up, but it's kind of all together. See, some of these podcasters that I think that they are right on the money, even though they have different views, because it could be different things. Again, crime is weird. If you have a military background or law enforcement background or a public service background, you know this. To get away from a crime, you just can't like go do it and walk away. No, you want to this and that and the other thing, and especially if you're using like phones and cybercrime. Could it be a mixture? So we'll be shocked. The sheriff said this. Again, why? Because he knows. Pardon me. Obviously, he knows. I bet they probably after he said that, they probably pulled him aside and said, "Dude, don't you keep your what you." So he knows. Then that means his little circle knows too. You tell people. You go, you're at the ball game, whether drinking a beer or having a hot dog, whatever. You're going to say stuff, or at least say a little bit. You're not going to come out and But I have a gut feeling, humble opinion. Oh, pray for Abby and Libby. Let today be the day. Pray for their families. Pray for law enforcement. Spread the blessings. Because that's what it's about, man. Let today be the day. I hope they do that press conference tomorrow. If they're gonna, is that even a thing? So he knows. Obviously, he knows. You wouldn't say that. He's in law enforcement. I'm not saying he has anything to do with it or the cover up or anything. But to say something like that, he's almost saying it like he needed to get it off his chest. He had this little, after he said it, it's just like, oh, okay. You can be holding around, that's tough. And I get it. They weren't prepared. He made mistakes, a few, but would you be prepared? He's local law enforcement. But he's the sheriff of a county. So that's all those little towns around there. So he's seen some, people lie and people try to cover up stuff and people try to set people up. I mean, that's what they do. That's what criminals do. Most people, when they don't think they're a criminal. They're not doing this and going like, I'm a criminal. Look at me. No, they this shit. But okay, so he knows. Obviously, Doug Carter does too. Why was it only those two that did that 2019 presser? Usually when they have pressers, isn't there everybody there? It was those two. What is that? Is that a tell? Should that tell us? I'm like, okay, those two. Where's the other guy? Where are all the other puzzle-gutted, I think something is, again, I think that presser was to get a reaction from a lot of people. Everybody, basically. Do they even know? Do they have a clue? Or they say, come on. Again, I've said this. I think Doug Carter was digesting that as he read it. It looks like he's all tore up. I like Doug Carter. Doug Carter seems like the only one. Well, not the only one, but he's seen. But then again, I like Doug Carter. I like Tobe too. It's just that there's certain things. See, again, I couldn't do it. I'm not saying I could, and I can't solve anything. This is just my humble opinion. But that humble opinion is that this is a crime within a crime. How do I know that? Well, one reason they said this sparked off one of the biggest investigations in Indiana history. That tells you right there, crime within a crime, meaning these things that went on were connected to other bigger crimes. Is that why it's taken so long? Are they literally like, oh shit? And then they said that I said a few weeks ago, a month ago, they're like, man, do we need to bring in Space Force or the military? And then they're saying that KK went on a military base. That's strange, man. But the shock wouldn't come from if he's known. Tobe said that he's known in the public. They'll be shocked when they find out who it is. Who would that be? It ain't KK. His big fat lard ass sitting around his dad's basement or whatever. Who would it be? If it is someone that's public and powerful, you would need to get somebody on a military base. Or does it even go as high as that? I don't know. Strange. This case gets stranger and stranger and stranger. I don't understand why I'm obsessed with this case, but maybe because these strange things that are going on. Just shit. And can we even believe what's going on? Again, I don't even believe what KK said. I don't believe any of it. Law enforcement will lie. Of course, criminals are going to lie. Or did Tobe get permission to say that? The sheriff, did he get permission? Like, hey, go out there. We want you to say, tell them that someone in public and people will be shocked. There's when he says that, he's got like this, not a smile, but like this little smirk. That says a lot to me. They know. Is it just a mixture of inadmissible evidence, partial DNA? Because it's been going on so long. Didn't a judge die in a barn and then a cop killed himself or something? Like, there's this weird stuff in this little town, that county. I mean, it is just strange. And then it seems like nobody, oh, okay, well, see, it's just, huh? What? I don't get it. Is it true that KK or whatever went to a military base? That's big. That is a different ball game. Whoever did this, you better hope and pray they didn't. The military coming up, shit. They'll get you. There's 7,000 ways they can get you. More than that. That's what they do. You understand criminals? Criminals do what they do. The law in military, in certain, that's what they do. They do it every day. They get good at it. You think that, oh no, they know all the thought patterns of a criminal. They know what they do. They know the tells. They know all this. It just frustrates me. Like, why can't they swoop in and get whoever? Obviously, they know. They switch gears in 2019. He may be in the room. Dun, dun, dun. Like, do you have somebody guarding the door? Or are you gonna? Do people know? It's a small town. And it's kind of like a country. These are like, there's farmers. It's just small, genuine people. They're not like city folk. Don't you think if someone even a little bit new just would find that and beat the shit out of it? I don't know. Again, pray for the families. Pray for Abby and Libby. Let today be the day. Pray for law enforcement. Comment below. What do you think Tobe was saying there? That it would be shocking. And why would he mention himself? Is that a tell? Was that actually the same interview? Am I mistaken? Because there's so much to keep up with, man. I don't have an assistant or anything. I have to have like log books and shit, highlighters and no. And I don't like working with Excel, like spreadsheets. That's what you'd have to do. Have a Excel spreadsheet on this case. That's probably how many shit. Excel drains my life. I studied Excel in Pasadena City College. I hate it. So I'm just riffing. Again, this is my humble opinion. I don't know. Just asking questions. They know. Oh, yeah. They know. They have known. How frustrating would that be? And if by their own words, if it is someone hiding in plain sight and he's like known, wouldn't that drive you crazy to know? And you have to, do they have to be around this person? Again, I don't know. And say, okay, let's just say there's a crime within a crime. Maybe they use certain people to do some catfishing or whatever. And then it goes up a bit to these other people that collected whatever KK, you know what I mean? Is that what it is? Are they just trying to like, oh God, start close one door and it opens another, and you just, it's like one of those Russian dolls. You open it up, there's another one in it, another one in it, another one. Come on. Would it really shock people to know that it was just that, that kid and his father? Because everybody's saying that's what's going on. Are they going to do a presser? Were they at a military base? I don't know what to believe. What do you guys believe? I mean, because again, everybody might be right. With a crime within a crime, it might be a little bit of this. This crime is dipping its beak in a little bit of everything. So he said this, he thinks he did it. He thinks that. Are they all right? When it all comes together, it's like one. Say if you're doing a crime, let's just say you're like the mafia and you're like a mafia don. Well, you've got a consigliere, a guy that's like, you're talking stuff through with him. Then you've got like another dude below him, and then say you're going to do a crime, like you want someone killed or something. Then you got to tell the whatever, some underboss or whatever they call that, and then you go to another dude, and then next thing you know, you get down to the foot soldier. Hell, there's 12 people involved in that crime. So people are going, he's involved. He said that, yeah, they're all right because it all was one thing, one linear. Is that what's going on? I'm not saying there's mafia involved. I'm just saying, is that what it is? Was there a higher up that liked to collect, So he can't go out, do it. He has to have his underboss of creepy shit or whatever. And then the only way they know these people, maybe they're using like fake names, online profile names, and then they used whoever to catfish, and then that something. It seems like to me, again, I've said this, and mine might be wrong. Again, humble opinion. It was a reactionary murder. It wouldn't have happened unless they stumbled up on something. Did they see something? Did they, I don't know. The law enforcement says, oh, he's never killed before. How do they know? Unless they know it was a reactionary crime. It was something like, oh, no, you caught me. I got it. I don't know. I don't want to get caught. Were they about to say something? Abby and Libby, did they stumble upon? I don't know. I hope that it's rolling. I hope this is not just pantomime because it's a election year. I hope Tobe is right. I hope Doug is right. I hope they all are, to get this over with and just like get some justice. Is that why it's taking so long? Because it is a crime within a crime, and then certain crimes have to be investigated by certain. Oh, it's this now, and then we got to get the cyber crime unit and the human behavioral unit, and all these people to align. The wheels of justice will go slow, but that's our system. You want to be accusing people because in this crime, if we weren't doing this, hell, they'd probably already hung 5 or 10 people. It wasn't him. Let's find out. Hey, it wasn't him. Through the years, there's him and this other guy. It's a cast of characters. It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie or something. It's something else is going on, and I don't know what it is. I don't claim to know, but there is something going on. Somebody is You know what I'm saying? If you're catfishing or you're selling or sharing whatever they were doing, well, it might get the tentacles of that might go up to powerful people. Just because you've got power and money, don't mean you're not a freak or a sociopath, narcissist, psychopath, whatever. All that combined, you know. Is that what it is? So now they have to get federal people and military. Would they have to literally? Is somebody connected to the military? That's what that implicates. That's what it means. They took him to a military, but why? Why would they do that? Well, let's just break that down. Protection? Did he have to be protected? You literally have to have him on an army base or naval, whatever that is. Or was it there to him to look through a lineup? Like, you know what? I don't know his name. I saw, he messed up, and I saw his real profile. Now I just get, so I gotta, is he? That's what they do. Is that what they did? Did they take him KK to the military base to do a lineup, look through and see? There he is, and there's him too, or whatever. Is that even true that he went to the military base? That's another thing. You can't go down this rabbit hole if it's a bunch of bullshit. And that's what you would do if you want people to, you're covering stuff up. You leak this stuff out, dangle it like a carrot, and then people are, it's a diversion tactic, man. Old as time. People do it in politics. People do it in like every data mining. People do all kinds of, that's human behavior. Are there human behavior specialists on it? They have to be. And where is Tobe and Doug when we need them? Have they been like what do you call that when you're is there a gag order or something going on? Is there multiple gag orders? Is everybody under a gag order? I don't know. Comment below, because these comments again, I think that some of these YouTubers are all right, even though they have different views. It could be a linear crime, meaning it starts here, then it goes. You know what I mean? It's there's other, and all these cast of characters are in it. Did some people not even know they were doing a crime? Like, I mean, like you just like, oh, I need a ride. Come pick me up. Well, what did you do? Oh, you're down. Now I'm involved. Were they sharing that profile, the Anthony Shots? Was he selling the, just access? Like, hey, man, I'll give you an hour. Here's the password. You got an hour. I'll change the password. You ain't going to use it. Is that how he made his money? And then one of those people who might be higher, you know what I mean? If you're doing that, you're doing cybercrime online. You're not meeting people at McDonald's, You're not using real names. It's sad. People, man. Again, pray for Abby and Libby. Let this be the day. Hopefully tomorrow they'll do a press conference. Will they? Pray for law enforcement. Pray for their families. Pray for everybody. I don't know. It's confusing. Again, I wish I had an Excel spreadsheet that I could just, okay, well, see, now, I'm sure these YouTubers do. You'd have how big is that file? Just to keep up with it. Just all these people. Suspects and POIs, and it's everything. It's rough. And man, I feel for everybody. I feel for the families. And of course, YouTubers are popping up more stuff than any. Are they being used? See, I think a lot of people are being used. I think whoever gets this leaked info is being used. I think that whoever leaked the info is being used. I think there's like levels to that, or that's what they're watching. If you're doing some kind of sting, you need to be like, who's all? Let's see. Again, I go back to that presser, that 2019 presser where he's like, he's in the room, perhaps. That is, I've never heard anything like that. In a movie, you wouldn't. And then everybody was like, well, he might be in the room. Weren't everybody like looking around? Did people start walking around looking, hey, you push people in the chest, I don't know. Comment. You guys tell me. Maybe you guys know. Again, we might have a little bit of truth in all of us. So if we get together, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too hard on other YouTubers. They could be right too. Layers of crime. Um, yeah, it's because at the end, say once it does, we find out. Aren't they going to feel weird that they've been fighting and arguing? I don't get why people are arguing over this. I'll just click off. If I start watching a YouTube video on this and they start, I just click it off. I'm all about sharing the love, praying, spreading blessings. I'm not into petty manipulative bullshit or whatever. I don't like it. Makes me feel creepy, man. It's creepy enough that my podcast is about everything. I do a little bit of everything. And I'm obsessed with this case mostly because of how just crazy and chaotic and weird it is. I like true crime. I like paranormal stuff. That's just what I like. I like music. I like documentaries. So it's like because again, I'll watch other Kate. Nothing compares to this one. I mean, this is it's strange. It's like an Orson Welles movie. Hopefully we'll find out. Why would Tobe say that? They'll be shocked. Oh, really? Why? You can't say. Is he being used? Is everybody being used? Who are behind the scenes? Again, what, huh? Where's the House of Representatives? Where's the senators there? Where's the congressmen? Where are these people? Where are the locals? Won't they do a protest or something? Are they scared? Is there something else going on in that county? Is this I don't know. Pray for them in that county. Pray for people in Delphi. I've said this before. Delphi is a weird word. The Oracle of Delphi. Look into that. And it's just kind of coincidental that it happened in Delphi. All through history, ancient time, the Delphi, anything connected with the word Delphi, there's been some weird shit. And I think people are just kind of covering for themselves because of one, human error. Two, they don't want secrets in their own life. They're not crimes. They just want people knowing. I get it. You want everybody knowing your business about other things you do in your life that people might not might look down on. But if you're in civil service, you gotta. I mean, shit. Nobody's perfect, you know. And I think that I don't know. Is this pantomime? Is it me? In another 6 years, are we still be doing this? Well, it's 12 years now. I mean, if it's that small of a place and that little trail system, and they had all like Robert Ives, I think his name is, he said that they had a lot of evidence. Why hadn't it been solved? What does that tell us? That something else is going on. Something else. Like at first they're like, oh, it looked like something, like, oh, this will be done. And then when they started looking into it, like, wait a minute. They said there was staging. Is that what that is? Did they plant evidence that they know was fake or they were trying to cover somebody? Set somebody up, setting multiple setups where their head is spinning. Like we thought we had this. Now there's another. Huh? See what? Because they can't tell us. I mean, it's a crime. It's an investigation. They can't come out and say, well, see, here's what's going. No, they can't do that. I get that. But why not any pressers? How long has it been? Like 3 years since they did a presser? Is it going on like 4 years since they did one? Because he used to be like out in the field, and there's like all of them, and they're yeah, see, and then but then that last presser, I think was the 2019 presser. It's just Tobe and Doug Carter. That's strange. Again, I like Doug Carter, and I like the sheriff. I don't think they had anything to do with this. Um, but I don't know. Why wouldn't there be all the other cast of characters we used to see in law enforcement? I'm saying, where was the FBI? You know that FBI guy that first at the first presser with the beard, forgot his name. He got involved in some. He was covering up some kind of sexual crime with another dude. You know what I mean? Like where's the new FBI guy? Strange. Everything is strange in this case. And people connected to this case have went down for like again that FBI dude. He's not with the FBI anymore. And just again, they're tell. Everybody's got these tells, but again, they're not. I can't. I mean, I'm not a wizard. I'm not a psychic, but I can tell when people are bullshitting or kind of like they don't want to say what they're going to say, and they do these little things. Um, Comment below. Do you think it is the Kleins? Was he at a military base? Are they involved? But then there's other people involved too. Like is KK just giving them okay? I don't really remember these profiles because you're not. He's not sitting there with a pad and go, okay, yeah, okay, I sold that. Maybe he is, but you wouldn't do that. Was he selling access to the Anthony shots, like by the hour or something, and then changing the password? He don't even know who he sold it to, and then some of these people he did rent it to, or whatever you want to call that, lease it for an hour. Are they higher ups? And then they were like, uh-oh, they gotta see, we gotta, are they being framed? Is there like a frame setup going on? Like it's just, and there's layers to that too. Something suspicious. And why is it going off now? Is it because it's election year? Is this how sad people are? Is this how our society is? Is that how far down the trough we are as far as like human behavior that it's just like, dang, we gotta. I hope not. I hope today's the day. I hope last week was the day, but they can't say it was the day because then I got to do a press conference. Are they going to have a press conference? And when they do a press conference, what do they say? Oh, in a couple of, or they say in an hour, or they just go on? Is there any like? Do they tell there's going to be a press conference, or just kind of like the Anthony shots when they release that? It just next thing it's up at like 10 at night, and then they introduce another character, some kid he looked like in his hat, oh, here's I'm with so and so, I'm with the. And why would they use another guy? Is it because he's not connected to all these other? Again, people will cover up just for stuff they do in their personal lives that's not connected to this crime, which in reality is not a crime. It's just that society looks down at certain behaviors. So you'll cover your ass if you're in that situation. I mean, I don't care what people do, unless it's crime. I don't know what people do in crime. Is it a mixture of all that? Is it just like a goulash of just, well, let's see, there's my humble opinion. My humble opinion is I don't have a POI or anything. I think this is a crime within a crime. It leads up to other things. They told us that it popped off one of the biggest investigations in Indiana history. That might take some time. That might take some, oh, well. And then you would like keep the local investigation kind of at bay so you can do this other stuff and watch out what the locals are doing. Is everybody being framed? Is everybody being sheep dipped? Is this an intelligence operation? Is this like a man? Seems like it. If it's true that he was at a military base, and how would we know? We know that because supposedly it was leaked or something. Is it true? Who leaked it? They won't say. I mean, you don't. Are they involved, and or are they being sheep dipped too? Are they being framed? Not necessarily about the crime, but they think they're doing the right thing. That's another thing. They think that you'd think. You don't tell somebody, hey, I want you to be my spy. No. The best spies are ones that don't know they're spies. The best criminals are one they don't know that they're criminals. The best slaves are one that don't know that they're slaves. That's the intelligence game. They will sheep dip you. You will not know what you're doing. You'll think, oh, I'm on the right. You're a good person. Yeah, this, that, yeah. But man, you got sheep dip. They're using you. Doesn't anybody play chess? Come on. Comment. And yeah, pray for Abby and Libby. Pray for their families. Pray for law enforcement. Pray for everybody. Spread those blessings. I hope that all this is true, that something's about to go on. Something's about to happen. I hope so. I do this every day. Not necessarily about the Delphi murders, but I'm kind of obsessed with this case. I wasn't even going to do it again today. I had something else to do. I was going to do the Zodiac killer. But I shifted gears, let's say. But yeah, I do this every day. Again, not about Delphi. You never know what I'm doing. I love y'all. See you tomorrow. Be blessed. Cheers.